Hi everyone, my name is Yihua Zhu. I'm from the Bone Quality Research Lab, known as the Kazakia Lab at UCSF Radiology. And the title of my presentation is Spatial Correlations in Patellofemoral Joint Osteoarthritis, Analysis of Bone Remodeling and Cartilage Reveals Markers of Early Disease. Here are a little background information. Patellofemoral joint OA, known as PFJOA, is a common and debilitating condition which affects more than 60% of adults over the age of 50, and knee OA often starts as isolated PFJOA. Altercations in bone cartilage crosstalk may initiate cartilage degradation and joint OA due to changes in load transfer and changes in permeability. However, these mechanisms had not been explored in PFJOA. The objective of the study is to identify subchondral bone composition, microstructure, and metabolism changes associated with cartilage degradation in PFJOA using multimodal imaging, including HRPQ-CT, MRI, sodium fluoride PET scan, to determine whether spatial relationships between bone and cartilage are altered in PFJOA, and identify bone changes spatially associated with focal cartilage lesions. To study these relationships, we used a multimodal imaging approach by registering sodium fluoride PET scan, MRI, and HRPQ-CT images of the PFJ. The grayscale rendering of the patella was scanned by our HRPQ-CT, giving a resolution down to 61 micron, allowing us to see microstructure of the patella in vivo. Sodium fluoride PET scan allows us to monitor bone remodeling activity, and MRI sequences gives us cartilage morphology and quantitative mapping of cartilage composition, including T1 row and T2. With all three imaging modalities being registered, we were able to transform 1/3 of the trabecular bone in blue, subchondral bone plate in purple, and cartilage in yellow into 3 sets of splines using GPU acceleration. Each spline consists of tens of thousands of points. At each point, we put a 5 mm probing sphere to calculate mean values such as trabecular density, thickness, and remodeling, subchondral bone plate density, thickness, and remodeling, and cartilage quality and composition. We were able to correlate the values spatially within these probing spheres. From there, we created a mean Spearman R spatial correlation matrix for 21 knees, stratified into 3 different groups by using each knee's worm score: mild, moderate, and severe cartilage degradation. Our first observation is in early disease, trabecular robustness and metabolic activity are positively coupled with cartilage thickness. In severe disease, however, these relationships reverse. Denser trabecular bone correlates with thinner cartilage, consistent with subchondral sclerosis. This is an example from a mild OA. You can see that thicker cartilage is adjacent to thicker trabecular bone and relatively higher bone remodeling as well. On the other hand, this is an example of a knee suffering advanced OA with major cartilage loss. You can see that at the location where cartilage is completely lost, there is a thickening of the trabecular bone accompanied with increase in bone remodeling activity. indicating subchondral bone sclerosis at the location of cartilage degradation. We also found out that negative correlations between cartilage composition T1 row and T2 and bone structure, subchondral bone plate density and thickness, and trabecular density and thickness emerge exclusively at worms 2 to 3, absent in both healthy and severe disease, indicating a potential marker of early pathological bone cartilage remodeling. Here are a set of examples. On the left, this is a knee with mild OA, and there isn't any spatial relationship between bone microstructure and cartilage composition. On the right-hand side, this is a knee with moderate OA, and you can see that at the location where bone microstructure is compromised, there's an increase in T1 row signal on the cartilage. The emergence of this relationship reveals a marker of early disease. Here is the conclusion. This high-resolution multimodality GPU-accelerated spatial correlation methodology provides unprecedented resolution for studying compartment-specific bone-cartilage interactions. Spatial biomarkers could enable earlier OA detection and targeted compartment-specific interventions during the critical window when pathological coupling first emerges. Negative correlations between cartilage composition T1 row and T2 and bone structure BMD and thickness emerges exclusively at worms 2 to 3, absent in both healthy and severe disease, indicating a potential marker of early pathological bone cartilage remodeling. And here are the acknowledgements, and thank you guys so much for listening.